I was on a plane returning to the United States from Puerto Rico when I awoke and heard loud thunder and saw wide flashes of lightning and realized that we were in the midst of a storm. The turbulence was so strong that it knocked people into the aisles, those that didn't have seatbelts. Magazines were flying in the air and cups were falling on the floor. And I was 17 years old and I was afraid. I had been thinking about death during this time because a few days earlier, my friends and I were at the beach and a man had passed away right there while we were there. The man was on his jet ski and he was thrown from it and he hit his head on a log. And we saw the commotion and we were stunned as his friends dragged the man onto the beach and lay him right before us. No pulse. He was dead. I thought about that man. It left a deep impression upon me. And as I was on that plane and started thinking about life and death, fear turned into terror as I thought of where would I end up in eternity if this plane crashed. You see, it all comes down to worship. You and I will worship something or someone. And as a teenager, I worshiped everything but God. If worship was like a fire, and I was worshiping everything but God, then fear was the smoke that was rising. The disciples experienced this one day when they were on a boat with Jesus, and a storm came upon them, and they too were afraid. During their time with Jesus, they had not fully made him the center of their lives. They too were worshiping other things, popularity and power. And Jesus couldn't understand why they were so afraid. In fact, he asked them, "Why are you so afraid, you of little faith?" Jesus wanted them to know that they had nothing to fear while they were with him. That if they made Jesus the center of their lives, they too could live by faith. And if we're willing to make him the center of our lives, faith will follow. So that if truly worshiping God is like a fire, then faith will be the smoke that rises.